for yourself, and join me back when you're ready. All right, let's get started seated. And if it's comfortable for you to sit cross-legged, great. If you feel like your knees are more like elbow rests, you want to get yourself up. So be it sitting on a yoga block or a cushion or a pillow or a couple folded blankets, getting your hips up is going to help your knees drop open. So we want you to be comfortable, and that is the easiest way to go about it. If still, feel free to extend your legs out as long as your back is not sitting rounded. So nice and tall, one hand on each knee. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears and just relax them down. Just create that space on purpose. We're going to work in mirror image, so I want you to take your left hand and press into your left knee. Take your left shoulder and bring it to your right knee, so it's going to look like this. And so I feel that stretch in my groin. I'm going to feel that in my lower back. Keep pressing as you circle across the shins. Now press into your right knee, dive your right shoulder to your left knee, and come up. So we're not just going in a circle, we're also rotating at the same time. And so down, across, up, and center. Inhale and exhale. And just focus on your breathing. You could almost do this seated as well in a chair. Again, adapt this for you. This isn't about being perfect. This is about moving this vessel that we call a body. Inhaling, exhaling. I can feel this in my lower back. And now up to center, opposite side. So make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath or you're going to feel dizzy. One more. Felt awesome. All right, bottoms of the feet together, bound angle. Just rock a little bit to release the hips and glutes. Sometimes things are a little sticky, especially if you're just waking up this morning, and just sit nice and tall. Now, I want to advise you not to pull on the toes because we have tendons that connect up with the knees, and we don't need to put our knees in an uncomfortable position more than they might already be in. And so grab hold of the feet instead, or even the ankles, and as you press the knees down, pull the shoulders down without pushing the chest out. So I'm trying to drop the shoulders. There's a really good neck stretch there. Now as you push your knees down, look over your shoulder to the left. This is a tip. This is a twist. I want you to try to bring the chin on top of the shoulders, still pressing the knees down. Now look behind you as much as you can. Pull back on the opposite shoulder simultaneously. There's a lot of moving parts here, but those look simple. And then back to center. Nice deep breath in. Still pressing your knees down. Rotate, keep the chin level, no tipping. Think about the chin coming on top of the shoulder. And then when the head can't go any farther, pull back on the opposite shoulder and look with your eyes out of the corners of your eyes. Really challenge your line of vision. Too much of what we do is straight in front of us. Your eyes are muscles too. And then back to center. Ooh, my neck needed that. Bring the shoulders up to the ears, drop them down. And now slide your heels further out. Slide, slide, slide. And so I'm going quite a bit distance forward. This kind of looks like a Marquise diamond. This is called shooting star. Nice deep breath in here. If you need to, support the knees. Exhale, hinge forward. And as you hinge forward, now we're directing the stretch at the outer leg line, where before bound angle was the inner leg line. Slide your arms as far as they can go, and now drop your shoulders, but let your body drape. Think about your forehead trying to come to the arches of the feet, and walk your hands forward. Breathe into the back cavity of the body. Breathe into the subtle discomfort. There are a lot of things in life, my friend, that are uncomfortable, but necessary, even beneficial. This is one of those. back up. And then bring the knees up, feet flat to the mat, hands behind you. Windshield wiper legs, drop the legs one direction. I'm going to press that inner knee down as much as I can. And notice how the hip automatically lifts, and I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit more. And then back up through center, same thing, drop that inner knee, exaggerate it a little bit more. Wake up the pelvis. We just expect our body to willingly do everything that we want it to do. And then when it doesn't, we're mad at it. Well, we haven't been really taking care of it the way that it should be so that it's able to do those things. And so doesn't that feel really good? Things can be simple and feel really good. And then back to center. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to face the chair. So you'll need your chair, and you're going to come to kneeling just temporarily. And just always remember, if you need something underneath your knees, a blanket, a folded towel, even a pillow, do whatever it is you need to do to make that work for you. Can you see I'm getting a little beneficial toe stretch in while I'm talking to you too? That's what it's all about. All right, so hands on the top of the chair, the mouth of the chair. Scoot your knees back and widen your knees. So I'm going to go nice and wide. You can go as wide as you like. And it is not a perfect science here, so you might be, I'm a little far, I can feel it. And so as you sit back towards your heels, the key word is towards. I didn't say to, because you might not touch, and that's just fine. You can also go to the lower rung of the chair. This is why I like a folding chair. If you feel like this height is a little bit too much of a stretch for your shoulders. And so on the exhalation, I'm going to keep my palms planted and sink into the underarm, sink into the chest, sink the hips back, really spread the sit bones, and let my head either drop, or this is where that beanbag or a block or something could support the head if that is uncomfortable in any way. So you want some type of tractioning. You want some type of challenge. Don't just let the hands sink back and go, oh, this is so nice. No, you got to keep your hands stuck in place. This is a reach. This is an extension. And so nice, calm breathing. We want all that fascia to get unstuck. And so this is a form of hanging to help you release some of that sticky tissue. Nice, deep breathing again. Go back to your breathing. If you feel like you have rounded shoulders or poor posture, welcome to your favorite new pose. Keep your hands on the chair. I know this is a big stretch. Take your left hand and slide it underneath and just kind of adjust. See how I'm inching the upper body into a sideline position, but my hips are still sitting back? And then drop the head to the floor. My hand is either on top of the chair, on that bottom rung. Now my scapula, my shoulder blade, is getting a really nice twist. Roll the top arm in towards you. Now just soften your eyes, find a focal point and breathe. Comfortably uncomfortable. This is where your breathing comes in. It's okay if you're up here, all right? It's okay if you're down here. So there is no like beginner, intermediate, advanced. Now slowly unwind. Ooh, that feels really good. And we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. So it might take a little bit of inching to get yourself on the side of the shoulder. And then just pause and breathe. Relax the hips again. Soften your body of all tension. See if you can tune into the tiny little areas in your body that's like, ooh, that's pulling or that's releasing. Most of us have been adapted learned behaviors to the fact of that we have to have this big dramatic thing happen, this big dramatic sensation happen in order for it to be beneficial, and that could not be farther from the truth. Now slowly come up, hands drop to the floor, rise up, curl the toes under. Now my knees are wide, my feet are kind of wide. Splay the knees out, wiggle the hips, so get the sit bones free. Walk your hands forward, low heel squat, and stretch it down. Now look at your heels. Is one heel sink further down than the other? Does one foot turn out differently than the other? You're that close, you might as well look at them. And again, it's okay if you're up here, it's okay if you're using the chair, all right? This is a squat that I do every single day because it gets all those little nooks and crannies in, and I want to be able to squat when I'm 80. And then inhale, look up. Drop the knees to the floor and keep your toes curled under. So try to get that pinky toe free. If it's a little stuck, you might need to use your hand. And just hold that stretch with your toes. It's okay if you're up here. It's okay if you're just gently working the toes. As you can tell, I really like working on the feet because the feet are the foundation of our body. And if we don't use them, we're going to lose them, meaning they're not going to work the way we want. And so just nice, calm breathing as you work through the toes. This might not seem very fancy, but it is very functional. And then after that nice little toe stretch, swing the legs around, come back to a seated position. And from that seated position, extend out your left leg. So left leg extends out. Look at how nice our body feels, how upright our body feels. If you need to be sitting on something or support the bent knee, feel free to do that. Flex the straight leg, so we get the hamstring and the calf stretch. You need that, trust me. Inhale, arms open up to T, drop the shoulders down, and rotate, rotate, rotate. I'm gonna tuck my back arm right away because I'm by a wall. And so rotate, 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 turn from the belly without lifting the hip. So hips stay planted, turn your spine, and then take your left hand to the right knee, and right arm shoots up. We're gonna side bend over towards the straight leg, pulling that bottom shoulder into the twist. So I'm not just side bending, I'm rotating as well, pressing through the head of the bent knee. Now I can cradle my head if necessary, otherwise I'm gonna reach. Slowly roll to the center. I like rolling to the center versus coming up because you just stretched those muscles and we want to give them a nice little break. And so keep the foot flexed. There's a hamstring stretch in there for you. Roll it up. Nice job. Let's do the same thing on the opposite side. Outstretch that leg. I'm going to move my cushion. You don't need the biggest, widest straddle. If you feel like you're tucking back, you got to get your hips up. Sit with the corner of the blanket pointing between your legs. Don't sit with the straight edge because that will allow your legs to drop open then when we do that. Okay, nice and tall. Flex the foot. There's that nice calf stretch. At least I feel it. Arms open up to T. Drop it down. And now I'm turning from the belly, turning from the ribs, turning from the shoulders, head, neck, and eyes. I'm not lifting the hip, okay? This is not you rolling down a hill. This is you twisting. So turn, turn, turn. If it's helpful, use your hands at your ribs. And then feel free, hand to the opposite knee, rotate. Once you've rotated, take your back arm, shoot it up. Now I'm gonna keep rotating with that arm and shoulder as I side bend. Press into the head of the bent knee and pull your belly in deeply. Now all of that QL, all the latissimus dorsi down on the lower back, all that back belt of fascia is all opening as well as the shoulder. Look anywhere with the head. Now reach and roll. There's a nice little stretch in there for you. Come to the center, keep your hips down, lengthen your spine. Breathe here. And roll yourself back up. Let's come into bound angle one more time. Always good to reset the hips. Grab for the feet, not the toes. Drop your shoulders. Press the knees down. Let's bow forward. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your knees, slide the feet further forward. Hold it. And then rise slow, legs come up, step the feet wide. One more time, windshield wipers. Now you get to lift that hip. Let's make sure that we leave today feeling our absolute best. 15 minutes, it's all it takes. We can get a lot done in 15 minutes if you just set aside that time. Whew, that feels good. Great job. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't yet, definitely check out Stiff Mother Trucker Pain Relief Cream. It's a pain relief cream created, inspired by all of you. That means all of my yoga students, all of my drivers. And the best part is you get to feel better wherever you are. Until next time, bye everybody. Woo!